Today, we are going to start a new chapter from English Grammar for Class 6. The name of the chapter is Infinitive, which comes under non-finite form of verb. So, before that, we have to know about finite verb and non-finite verb. So, first of all, we will know about finite verb. What is finite verb? A verb which is limited by the number and person of its subject is called a finite verb. That means a finite verb is a verb that has a subject. This means that it can be the main verb in a sentence. It shows tense like past, present, or future, or numbers like singular and plural. Let's go through some examples. Number 1. She lives in Germany. In this sentence, she is the subject and lives describes what the subject does. So, lives is a finite verb in this particular sentence. Next example. Number 2. We spent a great amount of time together. In this particular sentence, the subject is we and spent is describing what the subject does. So, spent is a finite verb in this sentence. Next example, number 3. My sister spoke French on holiday. In this sentence, subject is my sister and it describes what the subject does. What does it describe? What is the word? The word is spoke and that is describing what the subject does. So, the word spoke will be an example of finite verb. Now, we will be talking about non-finite verb. So, what is non-finite verb? A non-finite verb is that which is derived from a verb but has no subject and therefore is not limited by the number and person of any noun or pronoun. That means a non-finite verb is a verb form that does not show tense. In other words, we cannot tell if a sentence is in the past tense, present tense, or future tense by looking at a non-finite verb. Let's go through some examples. Number 1. Reading is a good habit. In this sentence, reading is not limited by the number and person of any subject. It has no tense and therefore does not take any auxiliary to form tense. So, reading will be an example of non-finite verb. Next example. Sailing is my favorite sport. Here, in this sentence, sailing is not limited by any subject. It has no tense. So, it will be an example of non-finite verb. Example number 3. The sleeping cat is brown. In this sentence, sleeping is coming under non-finite verb because it is not limited by anything. Here, sleeping has been used as an adjective. It is qualifying the noun cat. Now, we will be talking about the classification. First of all, we have to know that how many types are there under verb. So, verb can be divided into two forms. Number one is finite and number two is non-finite. And we can classify non-finite into three categories. Number one is infinitive, second one is gerund, and third one is participle. Clear, students? Now we will know about infinitive. So what is infinitive? The infinitive is the base of a verb often preceded by to. Thus an infinitive is formed from a verb. That means an infinitive is formed from a verb but that does not act as a verb. It acts as a noun, adjective or adverb, and it is actually made up of two words, that is to plus verb. Let us go through some examples. Number 1. To respect our parents is our duty. In this particular sentence, the infinitive, like a noun, is the subject of the verb. But like a verb, it also takes an object. Next example. Number 2. He refused to obey the orders. In this sentence, the infinitive, like a noun, is the object of the verb refused, but like a verb, and it also takes an object. Next example. Number 3. Birds love to sing. In this sentence, the infinitive, like a noun, is the object of the verb love. And what is the infinitive in this sentence? The infinitive is to sing. Clear? And students, please remember 2 points always. The root form of the verb preceded by to is called to infinitive, which I have discussed here through the examples. And the root form of the verb without to is called the bare infinitive. That means sometimes infinitive can be used without to in the sentences. Clear? There are two kinds of infinitives. First one is the noun infinitive. What is that? When the infinitive is used like a noun, it is called noun infinitive or simple infinitive. That means the noun infinitive might act as the subject of the sentence and as a noun also. Clear? Let's go through some examples. Number 1. To travel is the only thing on her mind. In this sentence, to travel is a noun infinitive because it is acting as a noun in the sentence. Next example. Number 2. To study is our duty. In this particular sentence, to study acts as a noun. So, to study will be an example of noun infinitive. Now, we will be talking about qualifying infinitive. That means the second type. So, what is qualifying infinitive? When the infinitive is used to qualify a noun, verb, or adjective, it is called as qualifying infinitive. That means qualifying infinitives are used to qualify noun, verb, or adjective. Let us go through some examples. Number 1. This is a good thing to eat. In this sentence, to eat is a qualifying infinitive because it is qualifying the noun. And what is the noun? The noun is thing. Next example. This mango is good to eat. In this sentence, to eat is qualifying infinitive because it is qualifying the adjective that is good. Now, we will be talking about use of infinitive. The noun infinitive is used like a noun. Number 1. As the subject of a verb. Let us go through some examples. To find fault is easy. In this sentence, to find is an infinitive and it is used as the subject of a verb. Next example. To solve this question is difficult. In this sentence, the infinitive to solve acts as the subject of a verb. Next, number 2. As an object of a transitive verb. Let's see some examples. Number 1. I do not mean to read. Here in this sentence, to read is an infinitive. It is used as an object of a transitive verb. Number 2. Example number 2. They like to play cards. In this particular sentence, to play is used as an object of a transitive verb. So, to play is an infinitive. Next rule. Number 3. As the complement of a verb. Examples. She seems to be mad. In this sentence, to be is an infinitive. Here, this is working as a complement of a verb. Next example. Girls are to go home early. In this sentence, to go is an infinitive because it works as the complement of a verb. Next rule. As the object of a preposition. Let us go through some examples. He is about to go. Here in this sentence, to go is an infinitive. It has been used as the object of a preposition. Number 2. The speaker is about to begin. Here also, to begin has been used as the object of a preposition. So, to begin is an infinitive. Next usage. As an object complement. Let us go through some examples. I saw him go. In this sentence, the word go has been used as an object complement and this is bare infinitive because this is a verb without to. Next example. I found her weeping. I repeat, I found her weeping. In this sentence, weeping is an infinitive without to. It has been used as an object complement. Now, we will be talking about the usages of qualifying infinitives. So, the qualifying infinitives may be used. Number 1. To qualify a noun like an adjective. Examples. This house is to let. I repeat, this house is to let. In this sentence, to let is a qualifying infinitive because it has been used to qualify a noun like an adjective. Next example. Number 2. This is a thing to admire. In this sentence, to admire has been used to qualify a noun like an adjective. Next usage. To qualify a verb like an adverb, usually to express purpose. Let us go through some examples. The boys are going to play a match. Here, to play has been used to qualify a verb like an adverb. Next one, number 2. I came to see you. In this sentence, to see is a qualifying infinitive and it has been used to qualify a verb like an adverb, usually to express a purpose. Next usage. To qualify an adjective like an adverb. Let us go through some examples. The book is nice to read. Here, in this sentence, to read has been used to qualify an adjective that is nice in this particular sentence. Next example, number 2. The girls are anxious to learn. In this sentence, to learn is the qualifying infinitive. It has been used to qualify an adjective like an adverb. Next usage. To qualify a sentence. Examples. To tell the truth, I quite forgot my promise. You can easily understand that to tell has been used to qualify the full sentence. Next example. To be frank, I do not like her. Here, to be is a qualifying infinitive. It has been used to qualify the full sentence. Now, we will be talking about different patterns for the use of infinitives. Number 1. In this pattern, the object of the verb is an infinitive, which may be preceded by not. Let us go through some examples. Number 1. He wants to read now. Number 2. He pretended not to recognize him. So, what we have discussed? We have discussed that in this particular pattern, the object of the verb is an infinitive. And what is the infinitive in the first and second sentence? The infinitives are to read in the first sentence and to recognize is an infinitive in the second sentence. Next pattern. In this pattern, the verb is followed by a noun or pronoun and by not, to, and an infinitive. Let us go through some examples. The teacher wants you to buy a book. So, what is the infinitive over here? The infinitive is to buy in the particular sentence. Next example. He asked her not to talk too much. And what is the infinitive here? Infinitive is to talk. Next pattern. Verbs in this pattern may be followed by the conjunctives like what, how, when, where, etc. Examples. I know how to answer such questions. So, what is the conjunctives over here? The conjunctive is how in this sentence, and to answer is an infinitive. Next example. She did not know where to go now. And in this sentence, to go is an infinitive. Next pattern. The infinitives are used as the subject of a finite verb. Let us go through some examples. it is difficult to convince you. And what is the next one? It is easy to speak Hindi. Clear? Next pattern. Note the use of the infinitive after something, anything, nothing, somebody, nobody, etc. Let us go through some examples. Please give me something to eat. And what is the infinitive over here? The infinitive is to eat, and you can follow one thing over here. We have used to eat after the word something. Next example. I have nothing to read. In this sentence, we have used to read, which is an infinitive after nothing. Next pattern. Note the adjectival use of the to infinitive. Let us go through some examples. We have many problems to solve. And what is the infinitive here? The infinitive is to solve. Next example. Number 2. They have a long way to work. And what is the infinitive here? The infinitive is to work. Next pattern. The verb is followed by an adjective. Examples. His story was interesting to hear. And what is the pattern here? The pattern is the verb is followed by an adjective. Right? So, in this sentence, to hear is an infinitive. Next example. The parcel was heavy to carry. And in this sentence, to carry is an infinitive. Next pattern. Number 8. The use of infinitive with the adverb to. Examples. This house is too small to accommodate our family. So, to accommodate is an infinitive. Next example. The coffee is too hot to drink. And like the previous one, in this sentence also, to drink is an infinitive. Next pattern. Note the use of an infinitive after enough. That means we can use infinitive after the word enough. Examples. She is old enough to travel by herself. So you can follow that we have used to travel we have used to travel after the word enough. Next example. I am tired to sleep all night. So, in this sentence, to sleep is an infinitive. Last pattern. The infinitive is one of purpose or aim. Examples. He has gone to drink water. In this sentence, to drink is an infinitive because it is fulfilling the purpose. Number 2. They went to see the zoo. In this sentence also, to see is an infinitive. Is that clear, student? Now, I will give you some homework and you will try by yourself. That means you have to do it. You can follow that. This is your worksheet page. First of all, I'll give the instruction. Complete each of these sentences with a suitable to infinitive. Number 1. He does not know how dash. Number 2. She failed dash. Number 3. They decided not dash. Number 4. I taught her dash. Number 5. She has many servants dash. Number 6. He was too weak dash. Number 7. She is clever enough dash. Number 8. Punjabi is easy dash. Number 9. It is impossible dash. Number 10. please help me dash. 11. The captain ordered his soldiers dash. Number 12. Apples are good dash. Number 13. They are kind enough dash. 14. He is too honest dash. Number 15. He warned us not. So students, you can practice more from other reference books also. So now we are ending our lesson over here. Thank you.